Alright, good evening everyone. Welcome to Green White Checker TV. Tonight we've got the Area 51 Racing League 87 Cup Series tonight at North Wilkesboro. It's going to be a 100 lap scheduled distance for the race. And I see the point standings here in the background. So James Ledford with a 20-point lead over Eric Schaus. In third you got Chad Wilkes just 28 out of the lead. And then Dwight Plush another 10. And then Josh Sichterman in fifth, just 8 away from Dwight there in fourth. So you can see the remainder of the top 10 there. So definitely a lot that can change here. So we'll have to see how that goes. Again, we've talked about how strong Chad Wilkes has been when he's been in these races. And he's here again tonight. So we'll see if he's able to put that car in contention for the win this evening. But we're just watching practice. Looks like this is going to be a tricky one for the drivers here. Again, a lot of horsepower, not a lot of grip, and not very good brakes are going to be a pretty difficult combination here at this short track. But when you run the 87 cars, you kind of have to have North Wilkesboro in there somewhere. With these cars and that track coming in together with that build. So should be a pretty exciting one. Looking forward to tonight. Hope you're all having a wonderful Wednesday evening, and we'll get things going in just a moment. Alright, qualifying has just completed, so you see on the pole position is going to be that 17 of Chad Wilkes. In second place, number 76 of Jim Brooks. Eric Schaus in third. Josh Sichterman fourth. Quabi Brooks in fifth. Todd Merkel sixth. Roy Wheeler seventh. Michael Spell in eighth. And we got James Ledford in ninth. Jack Wall's going to round out our top 10. And you've got Charles Johnson, Robbie Richards, and Dwight Plush. So I believe we're going to get 2 laps here under pace with it being a short track, which indeed it looks like we are getting. I'm going to apologize in advance. Our camera options are limited for this evening. I've been messing around with them and it looks like they're pretty much all the same 3. So we'll do it the best we can. We've got the normal TV cameras, but of course we can still run. We can run the top shot here from the blimp cam, and of course got the helicopter cam as well. So we'll definitely make do with everything we've got here this evening, but looking forward to the race this evening. Again, hope you're all having a nice Wednesday evening. Happy half week. Alright, pace car's off. It's going to put it in the hands of Chad Wilkes. And green flag is out, and we are underway. Again, 100 laps scheduled here at North Wilkesboro. We'll see what these drivers are able to do to kind of tame this monstrosity. You see right away Jim Brooks there in 76. Didn't have the 1 and 2 he was looking for. It's going to open the door. That's going to move Eric Schaus now into second. Jim Brooks back to third. It looks like we have Quabi Brooks in the fourth position. That 17 Chad Wilkes is going to lead this first time around. see how everybody else sorts out here as we keep going. So yeah, Chad's in a nice little gap here. So right now I think the closest fight here at the moment, well actually as I say that, looks like it's going to be James Ledford here going after that 98 of Roy Wheeler. It's like James is going to grab that spot, move James. Oh, we see the Michael Spell there is around. That's going to be our first caution. So that's the number 3 card there spinning around. So we are under yellow for the first time here at North Wilkesboro. Let's go and see what happened to Michael there. So I have a feeling just got loose on the throttle because I've been seeing that during practice and definitely just been a handful for some of these guys. Well, let's see as they enter turn number 1. You see the 3 to the outside, the 81 of Todd Merkel on the inside. Yeah, 3 just gets loose right in front of the path of the 81 of Todd Merkel. Todd does a good job of getting on the brakes and avoiding him for the most part. So I think he's going to get away with that as well. And then as you see Michael here is going to loop it back around. So I think Todd might have a little bit of nose damage possibly. So as I see him in the pits here, probably just going to see if there's any damage to repair. 48 of Dwight Plush is in the pits as well here. So we are under yellow for the first time tonight. So yeah, we'll step away for just a moment while they're riding around here under yellow. So there's not going to be much to update on with these guys while they're riding under yellow. So we'll be back here in just a moment. Alright, lights are off of the pace car. Looks like the field's going to start doubling up here. So yeah, I hope, well, actually, I don't know, it might be a single file restart. I'm not sure. I see the 72 here just kind of cruising behind. There he goes. Okay. Rachel, hope you're having a wonderful evening. So yeah, these drivers are going to have their hands full this evening, so they're going to need all the luck they can tonight. Yeah, so say now the front row is going to be Chad Wilkes on the inside, Eric Schaus to the outside. And you got father-son on the second row, Jim Brooks, Quabi Brooks right there. And then rounding out the third row is Josh Sichterman. And then we have James Ledford in the 48. And again, the leader can control the restarts here. So say you saw there the 17 Chad Wilkes, he got going there right off the bat. He gets a nice little start there. Now Eric Schaus here trying to hold off that 76 of Jim Brooks through 3 and 4. Looks like he's going to get the job done for the moment. We have a lot of battling going on here. Just behind, you got Josh Sichterman to the inside of Quabi Brooks. So you got Charles Johnson right behind the two of them trying to find a way through as well. So you see our points leader James Ledford just hanging out right behind them at the moment as well. But this is a good battle here for this spot right here. This is for the fourth position actually. And say Josh Sichterman going to grab the spot. He's now up into the 4th position there. And a little further back, saw Roy Wheeler trying to get underneath the 12 of Robbie Richards. Couldn't quite pull it off. That's going to open him up for a counterattack. Yep, there he goes. You see that 83 of Jack Walls. He's going to grab that spot. That's going to be for the 9th position. Oh, I saw a little bit of smoke there. It's a 28 of Charles Johnson. He looks like he's going to get away with it. Let's go back and take a quick look, see what happened here. See Charles always takes a look, looks like to the inside. Oh, just gets loose on entry. Really locks it down and able to hang on to a great job by Charles Johnson, able to hold that off and not have a caution there. So yeah, so he's able to make that happen. However, we got a battle just in front of him now with Robbie Richards and Jack Walls. This is for the 7th position. Right now, Robbie has it and Jack is trying to get it there in that 83 car. But right now, it looks like Robbie's going to hold him off for the moment. Oh, looks like we do. Oh, this time it looks like Charles Johnson not able to hang on to. We are back under yellow. You can see the damage to that right side of the car. Let's go and see what brought this the second caution out. Alright, watching Charles here come out of turn number 4. Oh yeah, just started kind of coming around. I mean, tried to hang on to, but heavy contact that inside wall. So he's going to have some damage to repair. Possibly, we'll see if he decides to take a fast repair on that one or just get at a short track. Damage probably isn't too terrible here. So he could, as long as the steering is straight on that car, he could probably get away with just doing some normal damage repair. So we'll wait and see. So he's going to catch up the field here before he jumps into the pits. We'll see if he does so now. Yep, there he goes. Looks like he's got Todd Merkel's in the pits as well as Dwight Plesh. And then, of course, as we mentioned there, Charles Johnson. So thing is, this is a really short track here. I say just over half a mile. So they don't have a lot of time for pit stops here. So they're going to have to try to get service done quickly, especially if they're going to take 4 tires, as it's about a 20-second pit stop under yellow. Or sorry, just 20-second pit stop for 4 tires and fuel. So if there's damage or repair as well, that'll definitely kind of extend that out there. Yeah, Rachel, we're slowly but surely taking over here with the Area 51 League. I say with my brother and my dad racing, and then myself in the booth. So we're working on it. I say we've pretty much got all of us that are involved in racing in the league. So I don't think my mom's going to be too interested, and I doubt my wife would either. But I say we've got a handful of young daughters that I don't think want to race at the moment. My daughter probably would if she had the opportunity, but she's 6 right now, so she's got a ways to go. And my brother's got a couple girls as well, and so same boat. They're just one's a few years older, and then he's got 2 others that are younger than mine. So I think we've got what we got right now, but you never know. Give them another 5-10 years, and we'll see. Maybe we'll get some younger Brooksettes racing here with Area 51 League. Alright, pace car is going to drop in this time around. Alright, we're going to watch S17, see when he goes in. He is away with a hurry. So you can see, again, that restart where they control it. It's really important there, and you can see there, Josh Schichterman, he got a good restart as well. He's going to take the outside, try to get, fight there for the second spot between the 72 and the 199. Josh is going to send it there into turn 3 on the outside. We'll see if he can make it stick. So he might get the momentum on the exit, and yeah, he's going to clear him. So he's going to, let's see if he jumps to the inside. Kind of runs the middle groove there, but you can see that 72 Eric Schaus, he's going to give for now, just kind of let things settle in a little bit. Staying a little further back, I just saw James Ledford. He's making some moves as well. He's trying to get around Robbie Richards, and I said, as he disappears right for a second. But actually right now, Robbie Richards holding strong on the inside. This is a battle for the 6th position. And right behind him, you've got the 81 of Todd Merkel. Just made a pit stop, so he's going to have slightly fresher tires than these cars in front of him. We'll have to also see if that's going to help that car out here on the short run. I honestly am not sure how the tires are going to play a role in this one, so it should be pretty interesting to keep an eye on that as well. Because, I mean, Todd is moving up pretty nicely here since that restart, but he's also got another driver with fresh tires and looks like a faster pair as well with that 28 of Charles Johnson. So right now, this is a really good battle here for that 6th spot. Oh, you saw 48 get a little too high there entering turn 1 and 2. He catches the outside wall. I don't think it's going to be too worse for wear. I say car should still run all right there. But I said it's going to cost him a spot to Charles Johnson there, so it's going to move James now into 9th. Saying Robbie Richards now trying to hold off that 12 of, initially I was going to say 12 trying to hold off the 81 of Todd Merkel, but now actually the 12 Robbie Richards going after that 53 of Quabi Brooks. So I'm keeping an eye up front. Things are still holding pretty steady, but Chad's not sneaking away there. You can see Josh Schichterman's trying to hold him pretty honest there, and then Eric Schaus as well, right on the back of that 199 car as well. So you see Robbie gets to the inside there, tries to see if he can make it stick on the exit. You can see the same right behind him. Todd Merkel's going to do the same. So move move Robbie up to the 5th position. Saying now we got a pretty tight battle here for the 6th spot there with the 53, the 81, and the 28. So the 81 is going to try to see if he can get a 2-for-1. He's going to send it deep into turn 3. Somehow made it stick there. And he's going to get 2 spots in that one shot right there. So move Todd now up into that 6th position. So as an aggressive move, just able to make it stick there. So yeah, so move Todd up in 6th. Looks like Charles Johnson's able to follow through. Move Charles back up into 7th here. Staying a little further forward here. Let's ride on board with the 72 of Eric Schaus because he is working over that back bumper of this 199 car. You can see you can run a lot of different grooves here as well at North Wilkesboro. You're not really committed to the bottom. You can kind of move around a little bit. You can see sometimes it might be a little better to run that more middle groove, and of course you can kind of get that early entry or try to get that late arc. Oh, as you see Eric get loose there off of turn number 4. But you can see here right now Josh is running that lower line on the entry, but then Eric kind of enters middle top and then arcs it down on the exit. So there's a lot of options that you can work with around here at this track. So Eric's trying to do everything he can to try to get around that 199 car. Hasn't been able to yet, but I say he's definitely going to try to keep him under pressure, see maybe force him into a mistake or something along those lines. But right now he's holding strong in that 2nd spot. Staying a little further back, I see that 81 of Todd Merkel. He's now caught up to the 4th position car of Jim Brooks here. Saying this, so you can see that battle still looming right in front of him as well between that 72 and the 199. So we're going to watch this battle here for the 2nd spot, for the 4th spot. I'm going to say this time we're going to check from the back bumper. Oh, as you see there, the 81 gets in deep there. So we're watching from the back bumper of the 76 of Jim Brooks, looking back at Todd Merkel and Charles Johnson here as they come around, entering turn number 1. So say we have completed 33 laps. We have 68 to go. Again, these drivers putting that down about 20-second lap times right now, so these laps will click off quickly. Oh, close call between the 81 and the 76 there. So you can see Todd is able to charge it into the turns. Just hasn't quite been able to get his nose completely underneath, but definitely putting a lot of pressure on Jim Brooks right now. He gets to the inside. Looks like Jim's going to give the spot up, so move Todd out up into that 4th spot. So now he's going to try to chase after Eric Schaus there right in front of him in that 72. Say Charles Johnson, see if he can sneak around as well. You see Charles running more of that top side. We'll see if the momentum's going to work here on exit. He definitely closes the gap here, but right now, say the advantage still to that 76 of Jim Brooks, but I think these tires might actually be playing a role right now because it definitely seems like that 81 and the 28 definitely have a little bit more pace than some of these other drivers right now. Oh, you saw Eric get a little tight. Looked like they're off of turn 2. That's going to bring Todd Merkel right to the back of that 72 car. So they're going to battle here now for the 3rd position. Saying again, still right on the back of this 199 of Josh Schichterman as well. So we've got a pretty good battle here. As you see Charles Johnson working on that 76 of Jim Brooks, trying to make the outside work here. Able to get his outside contact between the two of them. A little bit of net code it looked like as well. Able to actually keep it green. Somehow you saw those cars actually kind of go through each other. It's going to give Charles some pretty heavy damage to that right side of the car. But we stay green after that. So after that little bit of contact. Let's say a little further back. Looks like we got a battle here. Yeah, we do. Michael Spell and Jack Walls. Says right now it's a battle for the 9th position between the two of them. I'm saying also I'm seeing now it looks like a battle with Robbie Richards is kind of joining the mix here with Jim Brooks and Charles Johnson. And this is 5th, 6th, and 7th positions right now. They're all running right together here as well. Oh, actually, I think we just missed something. It looks like we had some trouble there. Oh, yeah, Michael Spell. He's going to try to back it down, get it off the track to, I think, probably avoid bringing out a yellow. He's going to get it pointed straight. Let's go and see what happened to Michael here to bring, or not to bring out the caution, but just what happened to him in general. Apologize. So as he comes around 1 and 2 here, he's on the inside. Oh, looks like Jack just got a little bit of contact on the wall, just sent him across the nose of that 3 car. Nothing he could do there. So it looks like Michael's going to have to take a pit stop and get some of that damage repaired. Probably use a fast repair. So unfortunately, that's going to put him a couple of laps down here, just again with how fast this track is under green. So right now, as we are on lap 42 of 100, we have 59 to go. Okay, you see Chad Wilkes still leading the way here. The gap is closing a little bit, though. Josh Schichterman starting to bring that gap in just a little bit, just about 0.6 of a second now. Was about a second earlier. That last time by, that 1:09 was about 0.2 of a second quicker than the leader. Eric Schaus about a tenth of a second quicker than both of them. But looks like now those lap times are kind of evened out again. Let's say they both ran in the 3s. Fastest car on track that last time by was the 76, apologies, of Jim Brooks with a 23.2. So you can see right now the 2nd through 4th battle is all right together. Or actually 2nd through 5th, I apologize. They're all just right up together with each other. It looks like that 76 is going to try to see if he can find a way to get back around that 81 car. Oh, as he gets big loose off of turn 2, hangs on to it. But yeah, you can see just right now passing is definitely going to be at a premium here right now. Right on board with that 76 of Jim Brooks, watching the back of the 81 of Todd Merkel, trying to see if he can catch him. I was saying, well, all at the same time, Todd's going to try to still see if he can get Eric Schaus, and Eric's still working on Josh there. Yeah, after that gap closed up a little bit, Chad, I think, decided to put the hammer down a little bit more, and that gap's increased now to just about 1.5 seconds. So I wonder if Chad's just kind of running just hard enough to keep himself in a comfortable position here. And I say the next question is going to be, we only had a few drivers that pitted under the yellow. We'll have to see. Oh, never mind. That's going to go out the window there. So we are under yellow. So let's go and see what happened here. I think it might, no, he looks like he's up to speed. Let's see where this yellow came out. I'm not sure what happened. Let's see if we can find it. I think it was Michael Spell on the fresh tires making a charge here as he goes into turn 1. Oh, yeah, just got loose on entry there, and so he sees almost had it saved there, but just so he actually did get it saved. Not really, never really came all the way around, but was enough to bring out the yellow. So he's going to catch up to the back of the pace car here. We have all the leaders are in the pits. I'll say that was a pretty long run there. Say we're just about halfway in this race. So now we're going to see if there's any strategy, but it looks like for the moment we're going to have 4 tires all around. And so far, yeah, it was looking good there for Chad Wilkes. He's going to grab hold on to the lead, I should say. Eric Schaus is going to grab the 2nd spot through the cycles. And that's going to drop a spot for Josh Schichterman in 3rd. And it looks like the 44 Dwight Plush, he decided to stay out there, get a lap led, so now he's in the pits himself. And I believe we're going to see this 88 of Michael Spell. He's going to stay out here because, again, he just had a little bit of a spin there. No damage or anything like that. So he's still got pretty fresh tires on that car. So he's going to stay out here, get the wave around on the 1 to go, which will put him from 3 laps down to 2 laps down. And I'll say that'll definitely keep him in contention here for this race. Yeah, say Rachel, yeah, definitely. If you're interested in doing some racing, sim racing, I would say definitely hit up Eric. I'm sure he would love the idea of it. But yeah, say maybe just try some races under his account initially to see what you think about it. Say it's an odd experience to say when you go from driving like actual cars to doing this. It's a whole different feel. It's kind of awkward at first, but then as you get used to it, it becomes more natural. So say I'm sure a lot of these drivers will be all on board with it. Say make him have some extra competition with that 72 car as well. every so often when we have some random practice sessions, my daughter will be interested, so I'll let her jump in, basically have her sit on my lap, and I do the pedals, she steers, and she's gotten a lot better at it. I say she doesn't have any like power wheels or anything like that to play with, so say she does this instead, and then helping her kind of learn the steering approaches and everything like that. It's been pretty fun to do. So maybe she gets a little older, I can try to get her into it a little more seriously. That being said, though, we're going to come back to green. We just passed the halfway point in the race. We're going to restart here with 49 to go. Again, Chad Wilkes going to lead the field here, waiting to go. He is underway. You see Eric Schaus there in second. Pretty good start between himself and Josh Sichterman there in third. Oh, you can see Eric tries to squeeze to the bottom there, just couldn't quite fit. Say 3 wide through 1 and 2 between the 72, the 81, the 28 there as well. So close fighting. Oh, you see Josh here is getting loose. Oh, Eric tries to squeeze underneath, and oh no. We've got a big one here at North Wilkesboro. We are under yellow. I was gonna say it looks like Josh is gonna be forced to take the pits there. He tried to squeeze out of it, did not quite fit. And so that's going to put us back under yellow. That was a big hit for a lot of drivers there. Let's go back and see what happened there. It looked like it started off with that 199 here, getting loose, entering turn 3. You can already see the back end coming right. You can see the wheel turning to the right. And unfortunately, you can see 72 of Eric Schaus, just nowhere for him to go there. He's got the 28 to his outside. So he tries to see if he can sneak inside, makes a little bit of contact, but then you can see here, he's pretty much pointed right at the pit entry here. So he tries to make a quick left or quick right, I should say, to try to get around it, but can't quite do it. Nowhere for Robbie Richards, Roy Wheeler to go. So puts that 72 up and gets him up around for a little bit of a ride there. So that's going to put us back under yellow. You see a lot of these drivers here just came to a complete stop to try to let everybody get around and get settled in here. So I'll say we are back under yellow. I think I saw Eric Schaus take a fast repair there, which is definitely a good call for him. So we're going to see a few more drivers, I think, hit the pits now. I see the 53, Quabi Brooks is in. See the 44 as well. And then I see the 88 of Michael Spell. I think Michael may have been involved, unfortunately, so he's not going to be eligible for getting one of those laps back on this time around. It looks like, a few drivers are able to sneak away from him. Some are just able to get to a stop and not really get involved there. So, a bit of a moment, but I think everybody's going to wind up being in pretty good shape here. You see the 53, he's down and away as well. We'll just kind of wait and see as well. If it looks like that car, it looks like it's a fast repair for that 53 as well. So, it looks like everybody's kind of back out and going here. So I don't see a lot of damage on most of these cars here. So maybe the 12 of Robbie Richards, I think I saw a little bit on the nose, that left front. Oh yeah, left rear as well. Same thing for Roy Wheeler. But again, it's at short track here like North Wilkesboro, unless you got some heavy damage like we saw some of those cars take there, so you can probably get away with just staying out here, because there's not much aero with these cars in general. And then a track like North Wilkesboro, there's not a lot of aero in the race itself either. Alright, we are on the 1 to green, by the way. Sorry, I came up pretty quickly there. So you can see a pace car peel off. Chad Wilkes going to lead the way now. Charles Johnson to his outside. And again, Chad gets a pretty good getaway here on the initial start. Now it's going to be that fight right behind him with that 28 and the 81. We've seen that 81 of Todd Merkel has some pretty good pace. Oh no, we are back under yellow. Just saw Roy Wheeler there. He looks like he went around. So we're actually going to be a quick yellow again, back underway. So let's go and see what happened to Roy here. So I have a feeling he may have gotten a little bit of help there on the... Let's see if we got some help here on the entry of turn number 1. So you see the 83 of Jack Walls behind him. And yeah, a little bit of contact between the 98 and the 83 there. I say Roy tries to save it, but then he's gonna get just gonna put him into the outside wall. You can see a few drivers. The 53 is able to sneak by 44 as well. And then critically, you can see Michael Spell. I think he just got around or just got stopped in time not to get involved. So that's going to be huge for Michael, because that's going to get him back down to just one lap down here, as Roy Wheeler's going to definitely pit here. I'd probably get a fast repair done on that number 98 machine. And we're going to watch Michael Spell here go around the field here, get one of those 2 laps back. And that's going to put him just one down here. And will be also going to be the only car 1 lap down, so that's going to again be a huge benefit for him here. So unfortunately didn't get the break he needed to on that last caution, was able to this time, and so he's going to cycle around here just 1 lap down. So we're going to keep an eye on Roy Wheeler as well. He's getting that car service. He's going to have to hustle though, because that pace car is not too far away, and he's down and away. And it looks like he's going to just beat the pace car out of the pits there, so he'll stay on the lead lap. Alright, so we're at 40 to go right now, so we'll probably restart with about 38, 37 to go, somewhere in that range. Again, this race is going to go pretty quickly, just again how fast things happen here with those 20-second laps under green. So we'll see as they come around the line now. And lights are still on, so yeah, it's going to be 2 to go. So we're going to restart, looks like on lap, or with 37 laps to go, I should say. So while we're in it, let's go through the field a little bit. So we've been talking about some of these drivers a bunch. Obviously our race leader there, Chad Wilkes, in the 17. Right next to him, the 28 of Charles Johnson. In third is that 81 of Todd Merkel. Then in fourth place is the 12 of Robbie Richards. Jim Brooks in fifth. Right next to him is our points leader there, James Ledford, in the 48. Then we got Josh Sichterman. Eric Schaus, who had to get one of those fast repairs on that previous caution. He is right now running in the 8th position. Then we've got Jack Walls in the 83, Quabby Brooks in the 53, Dwight Plush in the 44, and we have the 98 of Roy Wheeler. And so we also mentioned that 88 of Michael Spell. He's just 1 lap down now, so he's hoping for 1 more yellow just to get back into the mix of this thing and be able to dice it up there. He definitely has had some speed. So just unfortunate that earlier incident knocked him down a couple laps when he had to make that green flag pit stop. Alright, wait for that pace car to duck in. And there goes 17 of Chad Wilkes. Really good start from all. You can see Todd Merkel couldn't get going there. Stacked up the whole inside line. Say a little bit of damage, it looks like, from the back of that 189 of Josh Sichterman. I think he got into the back of that 76 of Jim Brooks. So the beneficiary of that is going to be... actually, as I say that, I see the 48 loose there off of 3. Some more contact. Yeah, we're back. Oh no, we're back under yellow again. And say Josh Sichterman wound up going around. He's going to try to back this thing up in reverse and then probably try to do the little flick around. There he goes. That was a pretty good reverse spin to first gear there with that car. It also actually helped him out a little bit to avoid losing any more time as well. So let's go and see what happened to bring this yellow out. But yeah, I think that it just kind of all got bottled up, I feel like, from that initial restart. You see the 81 there didn't get a great start. And I'll see where all this kind of occurred. I think it was more in the backstretch. We'll speed it up just a little bit here as they go through. So you see the Todd Merkel. I saw the 48 get loose. I'm not sure if maybe... see if... a little bit... a little bit of contact between the 72 of Eric Schaus and the 48 of James Ledford. James tried to hang on to. You can see... he's got the wheel all the way to the right, just tries everything he can here. I'm saying Eric's gonna make a little bit more contact with him there afterwards. And that's gonna put the 48 up into the wall. And then while trying to avoid it, he unfortunately stayed a little bit more contact between the 72 and then the 199. That's what sends Josh Sichterman around there. So not a lot of damage for most of these guys. However, we talked about some drivers wanting just that 1 more yellow, and we're looking at him right there. Michael Spell is back on the lead lap now Actually showing also in the 11th place at the moment, but looks like he's going to have to let a few drivers by. And yeah, I was going to say this would be a good opportunity here to make a pit stop here and get some fresher tires on that car, and then be able to go for it here the rest of the way. It's like left side tires for James Ledford there, 4 tires here for Michael Spell. So up front, not too much has changed here. So we've kind of had a quick string of cautions here on these couple of restarts. So even though they've gone about 20 laps on this run since they've last pitted, I don't think there's been really much tire wear for a lot of these guys, so hence them all staying out here. With that, we just got the one to go on the pace car. So I'm trying to look at that 81 of Todd Merkel as well. Looks like a little bit of left front damage to that 81 machine. I think he'll be all right though. Same thing. You can see the 76 got some rear end damage. 129's got a little bit of nose damage as well. I think those two made contact on that initial restart there. So that's where that damage came from. So they're gonna do it again here, and I'm saying Todd's gonna try to see if he can get a better restart here. So he wants to stay right to the back of the 17 of Chad Wilkes. So we'll see if Chad's going to switch it up on the start. And this time looks like a cleaner start, but Charles Johnson still gets a really good start there. However, Todd Merkel sends it deep into turn number 1. A little bit of contact with the 28 there on the entry. Looks like he's going to be able to hang on to it there, but so we'll see. Like I say, I have a feeling we're going to see that 28 though. He's going to try to fight back and grab that spot if he can. But right now, looks like Todd's going to hang on to it. And now the battle's going to be, just behind them. Josh Sickman got it too deep there, spun it around. And it's like he might have to do another reverse spin here as the field slides on through. Yeah, it's like that's what he's going to do. He's going to do one more of those guys. So unfortunately, I don't think he's trying to practice it, but he's having a little bit of just experience having to do it here. So yeah, so that's going to again put us back under yellow. Another quick one there just from the restart. I think again that the time's starting to run out a little bit in this race with the 29 to go. So I think the aggression is definitely starting to pick up there. Let's go back and take a closer look at that incident there. But from what I could tell, yeah, it just kind of looked like, unfortunately, just a little bit of a loose condition there for that that 189 here on the entry of, I think it was turn number 1. Yeah, it was. Let's go back and take a look. Yeah, it was just Josh, I think, was just trying to make a dive there underneath of Charles Johnson. So he just got a little too aggressive on the brakes. Maybe a little bit of too much rear brake, it looks like, because you can see how the back end steps out immediately. And you can already see he's trying to lock it down to avoid any contact to the 28, but unfortunately for Eric Schaus, nothing he can do. So a little bit of left front damage to that 72 car. Again, I don't think he'll be too worse for wear. And then it looks like the rest of the field here is actually able to sneak on by. So really, I think the only contact is between that 199 and the 72. Let's say it looks like Josh went ahead and used one of those faster pairs, so he's back. He's going to stay on the lead lap here, and he'll be back with a fresh car. And we mentioned Eric Schaus there. He'll be now up to 4th. Again, a little bit of left front damage, almost identical actually to that 81 of Todd Merkel. So they're kind of in the same boat here with those two cars on the left fronts of those cars. And we'll see now. Now Charles Johnson's in that position that Todd Merkel was in the last restart. So Todd used him up a little bit on the last one. So I don't know. We could see kind of fair play on this next one. So that's why we watch it. And as Denny Hamlin liked to say, that's just short track racing, right? All right, we are on the one to go. We're going to restart here at 25 laps remaining. So we're at the 3/4 distance of the race. So 75 are down. We got the 25 to go at the line. Again, right now all drivers are still on the lead lap. So really it's anybody's race here, because who knows how this is going to end up. Definitely Chad Wilkes has been the one to beat this evening. So we'll see though if Todd Merkel or Eric Schaus have anything up their sleeves, or possibly, of course, 28 of Charles Johnson there in 3rd. And so you see Quaby Brooks, Jim Brooks round out row number 3. It's a good start again for that 17 of Chad Wilkes. And, actually a really good start as well for the 81 and the 72. They're going to hang on to that 2nd and 3rd spot. It's going to dropped Charles Johnson back to 4th here. And yeah, you can see right now that 72 and the 81, they're kind of having their own little battle wall, trying to stay up to the back of that 17 of Chad Wilkes here. Oh, but we got another caution out. It looks like it might be the 12 and the 199 of Josh Sichterman. I couldn't quite tell if they were all involved. They definitely seem some damage to that 199 car, so that's going to bring us back under yellow. Let's go and see what caused this one here. Actually, you see a little stack up there on the inside. You see the 199 goes around to the outside here. He actually gets a little bit of contact from Michael Spell. That's where his wall contact comes from. But then you see, actually, let me go back there just further up there. So I just saw the 12 of Robbie Richards, the 83 of Jack Walls. They make contact on the entry of 3. I think that's where the yellow. Oh, you can see Jack Walls also. It looks like he does a little bit, goes through the grass a bit to try to hang on to it. Oh, yeah, just nowhere for Josh to go. He hits that 12 with a pretty good rate of speed there, and that puts him up across the track. And also nowhere for Michael Spell to go either, so about a 4-car incident on this one here. So, yeah, that's going to bring us back under that yellow. So it looks like, again, you see Michael's going to get some damage repaired to that car and some tires. Roy Wheeler's doing the same. So we'll take a look at that 199. Josh Sichterman looks like he's stayed out with the damage that he has. Looks like those two are the 12, the 98 are out. Here goes the 88 as well. Same thing, you have to make sure you don't get lapped by that pace car, which he's able to hold onto the lead lap there. So that is going to keep everybody still on the lead lap. And so it looks like, yeah, Roy Wheeler, Michael Spell, Robbie Richards, they all pitted there. Probably some fresh tires, get some damage repaired possibly, and like I say, they're going to make another charge here at it as we have 21 to go, 20 to go at the line. Again, still though, Chad Wilkes is holding on to this lead. He's been pretty much in control throughout the race. I think maybe the only lap he hasn't led is when that 44 Dwight Plush stayed out under that yellow to get a lap led before he entered the pits. So Chad Wilkes just wants to try to finish this thing off here as the lights are off on the pace car. But as I said, we saw in that last restart, that 81 of Todd Merkel, 72 of Eric Schaus, they were definitely aggressive on that start, so they're going to try to see if they can stay with him. Again, they're going to have to react to 17 because he's got control of these restarts, so we're going to come to green here with 19 to go. Alright, we're going to watch that 17, wait for that pace car to go. You see everybody stacking up really tight here. They're ready for it. Again, though, looks like that 17 gets a pretty good start here. We're going to have a good fight, though, for 3rd here. But looks like, oh, actually on the outside, here comes Todd Merkel. He's going to use the momentum, try to get to the outside of 17. Chad Wilkes can't quite do it. He's going to send it into turn number 3, but looks like 17. Chad Wilkes does the same. Oh, contact between the 72 and 81. He hangs on to it, though. So that's going to give a little bit of a buffer, which is exactly what Chad Wilkes wanted to see there. That's going to help him kind of help him build that gap a little bit as they go here, as we have 18 to go, 17 to go at the line. So he's keeping an eye on Todd Merkel here and Eric Schaus watching this battle for 2nd. But right now, though, that 17 of Chad Wilkes is starting to sneak away just that little bit. I think that little bobble is exactly what he needed there to help his cause out. So keeping an eye on everything going on right behind. Oh, a little bit of a bobble from the 17. He's right. Oh, man, they're all stacking up right here. Charles Johnson gets to the outside. Oh, contact, I think, between Eric Schaus and Todd Merkel. Somehow Todd saves it. Going to lose a bunch of track. Oh, contact between that. Oh, I see more spinning. Oh, we got carnage here in the backstretch, it looks like. Yeah, we have. This is definitely the big one here. A lot of drivers involved in this one. Let's go ahead and we'll let everybody get rolling again. Let's see what happened there. But yeah, there was initial contact between that 72 and the 81. And then from there, it just looks like it was kind of just on there, unfortunately. But let's go back here. All right, so we're going to start with the 81-72. You see Eric dives it on into turn number 1, contact with the 81 of Todd Merkel. Todd somehow saves the car, barely misses Chad Wilkes as well. You see a little bit of contact between the 72 and the 28, or sorry, 72 and 81. And then as Eric comes off of turn 2, he wasn't quite clear of Charles Johnson. That's where that contact came from. And that's where these guys all wrecked from behind. You see the 199 of Josh Sichterman was involved. Looks like James Ledford had a bit of a piece of it. You see it's 53 sneaking by there. I think he may have had some damage as well. So yeah, we have got a lot of cars in the pits here getting some damage repaired to that one. And then I also saw there's also some contact between the 76 of Jim Brooks. Let's go back. So there's also damage between contact between the 76 and the 81 as the 81 is trying to hang on to. You can see he starts getting loose there, and that just brings him down the track. And unfortunately, just nothing that they could do. Nothing intentional, just contact between them. And say, well, we'll actually watch here from the blimp view. We're talking about those different views, and so you see there, Robbie Richards looks like he may have had a little contact with the 53, and that's just where the 76 wound up going around here. And it looks like you can see that 53 just squeezes the wall there, is able to get by most of the carnage. And I think the 83 of Jack Walls was able to avoid it as well. So yeah, so definitely some cars with damage. Looks like the grass was a handful to get out of as well for these drivers. So while we're going over all that, though, we are on the 1 to go here. So it looks like they're going to stack them back up. And somehow through all of this, James Ledford now is going to restart in the 2nd position. They got Quabi Brooks in 3rd, Robbie Richards in 4th. And then we got Roy Wheeler in the top 5. So this is all kind of changing up right now. It looks like Charles Johnson, Michael Spell are both in the pits. I think Michael may have retired, unfortunately, from the event. So we're going to restart here with 11 to go. We're going to see the drivers all stack up again right on each other's bumpers. And there goes that 17 Chad Wilkes. He gets another good start there. You see, it looks like Robbie Richards tried to jump to the bottom as quick as he could to get underneath the 48 of James Ledford, who goes pretty wide there in 1 and 2. It's going to cost him some time. But actually gets a really good exit here. Is going to try to fight back on the outside of that number 12. Says we're going to come around here, 10 to go. Oh, it's contact in the back there. I just saw that 72 of Josh Sichterman. Or it's not Josh, I'm sorry, Eric Schaus. Oh, Jack Walls has some motor damage to that 83 car as well. Oh man, this has been getting wild here in these last restarts. So all right, let's go see what happened to Eric here. Alright, Eric's coming into turn number 3. Oh, you can see the 72 gets a little loose on entry. So I'm not sure if the 72 is reacting to that, but you can see he gets loose as well. And then it's just going to loop it around. Looks like Roy Wheeler just, nowhere to go. That pushes Roy up into the 83 of Jack Walls. And Jack takes a pretty solid hit there to that outside wall. Let's go back and take a look at that shot that Jack took, unfortunately. Say just same thing for Jack, just nowhere to go. He was just on that right side of this 98, and that, pushes the 98 right up against, and just wow, just that 83 just comes to a complete stop there. So yeah, so heavy contact for him. He's going to try to beat the pace car out of the pits. I'm not sure if he's able to do it. So the 72 of Eric Schaus, he tried to do the same. I don't think he was able to. And we'll see if that 83 was able to get around there or not. Right now it's acting like he was. So yeah, so it looks like Jack Wall's able to hang on to that lead lap somehow. Unfortunately, Eric gets knocked down a lap from that. So his goal now is going to just be to try to stay out of trouble here on this next restart, because as long as he can stay on the lead lap, or sorry, stay out of an incident, as long as if there's another caution, that's going to put him back into the lead lap. So say not what he's hoping for, but there's still obviously a lot of potential for stuff. Say not a long time to go here. Probably going to restart with about 5 to go. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see there. Yeah, Rachel, I have a feeling. I'm sure a lot of these drivers are pretty stressed right now. So the beginning of the race definitely looked like it was kind of smooth sailing, but unfortunately, say after that, things have gotten a little bit wild here. So say that don't think that's what any of them have been looking for, unfortunately. But Yeah, again, it's just, I mean, that's kind of the nature of the beast with these tracks here. It's just you got a lot cars that are, again, not the easiest to hang on to, and a track that's definitely not an easy one to race at. So we'll see what happens in these remaining at least 5 laps, possibly more. Possibly more. Of course, we have the up to 3 green white checker attempts. So now we see that 53 Quabi Brooks now on the outside of that 17 of Chad Wilkes. James Ledford now is going to restart on the inside in that 3rd position, and to his outside is that 12 of Robbie Richards. So you see everybody's stacking up really tight on the inside lane. You see this 53 on the outside trying to give himself a little bit of an arc under green. And we are back underway. And actually looks like the 72 might be having to serve a pit penalty. I'm not sure. He's in the pits right now. But right there, though, Chad Wilkes gets a good start. But 53 gets a pretty good entry here. He's going to go low into 3. You can see if he can make it stick. But right now looks like Chad's going to hang on to that spot for the moment, as we have 4 to go. See a 48 of 48 James Ledford, Josh Stickman were fighting there for the 3rd spot. Looks like he got a little bit too high. That's going to open the door. I'm watching that. Oh, 189 is loose. He's going to hang on to it, though. Todd Merkel able to sneak by. But right now, though, we have 3 to go. That 53 is trying everything he can right now. He's definitely keeping that 17 honest right now. So Chad Wilkes is going to have to keep hustling this car here for 2 more laps as they come around to 2 to go here at the line. Robbie Richards 3rd, trying to hold off James Ledford and Todd Merkel. So we just got, like I said, just got 2 to go there at the line. So we'll see. They're going to try to get around. I think the 17 is going to want to see the white flag here, because you never know what's going to happen on these restarts. So we'll see if they're able to do that. And looks like they will. We are on the 1 to go here at North Wilkesboro. So this is going to end it. You see the 17 takes a shallow entry there into 1. 53 gets a good arc there out of turn 2. He's going to be close. I don't know if he's going to be able to dive it in there. Looks like he's going to take the top side here through 3 and 4. But looks like when it's all said and done, Chad Wilkes going to hang on, grab the win over the 53 of Quabi Brooks. 3rd position is going to be Robbie Richards, able to hold off Todd Merkel, and James Ledford is going to round out our top 5 tonight. That was a wild finishing end of the race there. Went pretty much, not, I wouldn't say caution free, but a lot of green flag racing there initially, and then afterwards things got definitely pretty hectic at the end. A lot of aggression on these restarts. However, though, that's again that 17 Chad Wilkes every race he's entered except one, he's been able to pull off these wins, and he's able to do it one more time tonight, winning from the pole position. I want to say leading all but 1 lap there. So again, a really good job for him in that number 17 machine. But yeah, like I said, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of frustrated drivers here tonight as well. But so that's just kind of the nature of the beast at these tracks, unfortunately. Alright, so while we're watching that 17 do some burnouts here, we're going to see if we can hunt down some drivers to have a chat with them. Alright, so we're going to start with our 3rd place finisher here, that number 12 of Robbie Richards. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull Robbie in here. So, Robbie started the race in that 12th position, able to get it all the way up into that 3rd position. Kind of a tale of 2 races there, but obviously a lot of green flag racing initially to start things off, and then kind of got wild there towards the end there with all the restarts and everything. But what was from where you were saying was just a lot of aggression, drivers just trying to get what they could on those restarts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I knew if I pitted, I'd probably be in a good spot. So I kind of pitted there, I don't know, around lap 70 or so, and got caught in a mess. I think if it would have ran green after that caution, I think there might have been a different outcome, because they were so much older on tires. Me and I think a couple other ones pitted with me. I think we all ended up finishing near the front. So it ended up. I mean, it was a little messy there at the end, but I mean, overall, it was a pretty good race.
Yeah, I'll say. I mean, obviously a handful with these cars. I'll say. I guess maybe you can kind of put into words a little bit better than from where I was sitting. Just how much of a handful it was with these cars. Again, not great brakes, a lot of power, and obviously not the best handling machines at a short track here like North Wilkesboro. I mean, how much of a handful was it for you guys? And what were you really running into? What was the biggest thing that gave you guys trouble tonight?
Well, for me, it was getting into the turn, go into braking, and it would just kind of almost cut loose a little bit. If you're not careful, it'll spin out on you. That was my biggest issue. And in practice, I couldn't seem to figure it out. But in practice, you end up over driving, thinking you're going slow, and you end up getting in the race, and you end up, you know, being better than what you thought you was. So that was my biggest issue. I know some of them had issues coming off the turns one and two, or coming out of two. They would get loose coming out there and hit the wall. But overall, for me, I mean, I had issues braking. That was my biggest problem.
Yeah, we definitely saw a few drivers get loose on the brakes. It almost looked like just too much rear bias from where I was standing. But say again, I didn't have a feel for it on the car side of things. But I mean, still, like you said, I mean, looks like you had the pretty good tire strategy. Like I said, just unfortunately those cautions didn't kind of allowed the drivers that stayed out longer there to save their stuff a little bit more than if they had gone under green. So didn't get quite the opportunity you wanted to, I'm sure. But still, though, as a whole, a really good run for you tonight. Be able to grab that third spot there. So yeah, anybody you want to thank or shout outs or anything like that for the result tonight?
Just give a huge shout out to James. Again, he's helped me out a lot with these cars. It's hard for me to get these things down pat. I keep forgetting that they're so much heavier than the cup cars per se. So he's helped me out getting the steering ratio right and all that other fun stuff. Give him a huge shout out for that.
Yeah, it's always good having someone that can help you out and get you a little bit more comfortable with these things. So like I said, they're a handful to drive for sure. So again, though, great run, Robbie. Say congrats on that third place finish, and say look forward to chatting here again with you soon.
Yeah, I seem to always get third. I mean, I'll take third place, but I'd like to get at least second one or two times, maybe even a win.
We'll get you there. I say, knowing you, it's one of those things. You just put yourself in position, and say, just the more you do it, say, obviously the better the opportunities are. So, I have a feeling over time you'll find a way to get there.
Oh yeah, with Chad and James, they're both really good at this stuff, man. It's gonna be hard to get around them.
Yeah, so they won't make it easy for you. That's when it's gonna make it all the more enjoyable once you do, though.
All right, appreciate it, Gil.
That's our third place finish there. Robbie Richards in the number 12. So we got to grab our second place finisher. I said everything's showing off a number. I'm not sure why, but I say our second place finisher is going to be that number 53 of Quabi Brooks. Again, insider info. I know he had a pretty big road trip that he just had to go through. So I say. So we'll see. So what's more enjoyable, driving thousands of miles in a truck and having a tire blowout, or going 100 laps here at North Wilkesboro?
Yeah, I guess I'll take North Wilkesboro, even though it's not my favorite track.
Well, I mean, I say you didn't get a lot of practice time, and I saw you kind of take it easy at the beginning of the race, but towards the end there, I mean, you just kind of wound up in position there at the end, and it seemed like once you got behind that 17, I mean, you were one of the few that seemed to were able to really hold them kind of to the fire, if you will, to keep the pressure on him to have a chance there at the win. It looked like really close, like a few times you were going to have a shot at it there.
Yeah, I mean, my fastest lap of the race was 3 to go. I was trying to not overdrive the car, but try different ways to get a good run off the turn. There's probably 2 times where I could have really driven in deep, but I didn't want to wreck him. He probably had the only car, Chad, that is in the field that didn't have any damage on it. So, got to respect the clean car.
Yeah, I mean, say there was definitely a lot of that. And we saw a lot of drivers actually tonight try to send it deep into the turn 1, turn 3, and just the back would step out on them too. So, So I think you probably made the right choice there, saying only been I think it's probably only like your third or so race with these 87 cars, so it looks like you're kind of picking up on them pretty quickly.
Yeah, finding the balance with them, 'cause since they slide a lot, is easier than the more modern cars. So I feel like I'm adapting to them pretty well. And a lot of that was also just attrition in front of me with the yellows that came out at the end. So I had a plan to pit with about 20 25 to go, and then I was thinking more like 30 35 because how quick laps go here. And then there'd be a couple of guys who get in trouble, and I get a couple positions. And after my first run, I realized it's pretty hard to pass here, so I'll just take the track position, and so I'll take second.
Yeah, so it worked out well there. So grabbing that second spot. So definitely an opportunity for any thanks shouts you'd like to give for getting that second place run tonight.
I'll see you for the broadcast and getting me back into sim racing after a long hiatus, and also to our father. So that was yeah, it's been fun getting back here. Definitely have a little bit of rust to shake off, but yeah, it's fun racing with you guys again.
I will say enjoy it, rest up, because I know you've had a lot of time behind the wheel today. So say enjoy some time not behind the wheel, and say we'll look forward to watching you again here soon.
Thank you.
All right, I'll say again, some bias, but that's the number 53 of Quabi Brooks grabbing that second place finish tonight. And say now we got to jump over to our race winner in that number 17 of Chad Wilkes. So I don't have the stats unfortunately on me, but like I said, I believe that 17 car here led all the laps, but probably the one there where I think there was the one pit stop where the 44 stayed out for a lap to lead one. So say wire to wire here for you tonight here at North Wilkesboro, Chad. I say kind of wild there at the end, and yeah, I mean how much were you having to worry about that 53 on that last restart? Because it looked like for the most part you could kind of set sail, but I don't know, maybe the tires were struggling a little bit towards the end or what, but it looked like he was definitely holding you a little bit more honest than you probably felt comfortable with.
Yeah, I was able to relax for the most part. The very last green flag run, because of how many cautions there were, I was really trying to make sure that I protected my tires for green, white checkers, because there were so many cautions and so many people caught up in them from what I could tell. Like I didn't know who had newer tires. I knew that I'd made one pit stop like on flat 46 or something. So I just wanted to make sure that I protected my tires while staying out in front as much as possible, because I was just assuming there was going to be two green flag checkers because of how the last little bit had gone. So I wasn't probably going like completely all the way out, other than probably the first lap right after green flag. You always got to go pretty all out there. But I was kind of protecting, just my tires a little bit. But yeah, I mean, he was close. I definitely wasn't relaxing.
So you're able to get it done though. So that's, I believe, I got to look at your stats again here. So that is now gonna be 6 wins out of your 7 starts here. So you're gonna have your work cut out for you, because let's say the next couple of tracks are gonna be probably a little bit more equal playing field. So you got Talladega, then Auto Club, Daytona, and then finish things off at Vegas. But I mean, I'll say with the run you're going on though, even with missing that race, I have a feeling you're gonna be feeling good about still having a chance here at that title at the end of this.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I like these cars a lot, and yeah, you actually have to drive them. That's why I'm so bad at Thursday nights, or not so bad, but I'm not as good. It's just more, I feel like you can't drive those cars as much. You got to be patient and wait, and you can't give as much input. It's a lot more timing and being accurate and all that kind of stuff. Whereas these cars, you can really throw them around, and you're constantly either on the brakes or playing with the throttle, or you got to move your hands the whole time. And so yeah, that thing that fits me a whole lot more. So I'm enjoying it, and yeah, I hope I can keep the run going. I think I can.
Yeah, it's been awesome watching you do this. I think you're probably one of the only cars, actually probably the only car to keep it clean this evening too. So I don't know, on your end, were you able to avoid any incident points in the race this evening?
Yeah, I don't think I got any incident points. Yeah, I mean, that's just the nature of staying out front. I knew, like, I didn't know who was pitting when they had damage and all that kind of stuff. I knew some people were pitting here or there, and there was one time late that I considered it. I think when the caution came out, maybe around 80, I thought about it for a second, but I knew that if I got caught in traffic, that you're really not in control of your own destiny anymore. So I just wanted to stay out front. I figured that my tires, I'd taken care of them enough that I'd be okay no matter what. So, and there's a pretty good speed delta there, or lap time delta, where even if somebody had newer tires, I think I'd have been fast, or I felt like I probably would have been fast enough to at least hold them off, or make it really, really difficult to pass them if something worked out for somebody else. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, it was clean for me, but that was just the nature of being in first the whole time.
Well, I mean, I said that can go a long ways. I want to say there's some bonus points for having a clean race, so obviously you'll have to wait for the standings to get updated to take a look at that. But yeah, like I said, I mean, awesome job tonight. So you did everything you needed to there at the end to pull it off here. So with that, though, definitely got to give you an opportunity for any thanks, shouts you'd like to give for pulling off the win this evening here at North Wilkesboro.
Thanks for the broadcast, as always. Do a good job. It's always cool to be able to go back and see these. And thanks to Area 51 for putting this on, and all the drivers. It's fun getting to race these 87 cars. I like it. And thanks to my dad for sitting on Discord with me. There wasn't a whole lot of strategy in this one, but yeah, talking through some of those caution laps. It's good to have somebody to keep you company so I don't get too boring. So yeah, thanks to him.
Yeah, it's always good to have an extra voice there, say that way you're not talking to yourself and go too crazy. So yeah, say awesome to have him be a part of it. So like I said, I obviously a little bit of bias on my end, but it's always fun to have it be a kind of a family affair there. So congrats again though, Chad. Say enjoy this one. Say I'm sure we'll see you, and I'm sure we'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be able to have a chance to chat with you there as well. And so yeah, enjoy this one though tonight.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, so that's our race winner there, Chad Wilkes, in the number 17. So let's go through our final finishing results. So you see there, 17 of Chad Wilkes winning tonight here at North Wilkesboro. In second place, that number 53 of Quabby Brooks, Robbie Richards in fourth. Todd Merkel able to make his way back up into that fourth position. James Ledford in fifth. And 6th through 10th there, you've got Josh Sickerman, Jim Brooks, Jack Walls, Roy Wheeler, and Dwight Plush. So the runner here, unfortunately for Eric Schaus, had something happen there towards the end. He had to make a pit stop under green. Unfortunately, that really kind of put him behind the 8 ball, and saying they went green the rest of the way. So not what he was looking for in that number 72. Again, still got a few more races to go before things finish up. So say never count that 72 out. So at the worst case scenario, he's going to be going after a couple wins here. I feel like before season 5 concludes. And so you can see Charles Johnson, Michael Spell round out the finishers this evening. So yeah, so I want to thank you all for joining me tonight and with the drivers here at Area 51 Racing League. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Say again, really appreciate you all joining with the Green White Checkered TV as well. Say it's been really great being a part of this league and kind of just learning as I go and hopefully improving as I go as well. So really want to thank you all for joining, being a part of it. Look forward to catching you all again tomorrow evening with the Cup cars. So let's go ahead and see where they're going to be running next week as well. They'll be at Kansas tomorrow evening, so that's going to be a wild one. So I could really see that being a wild card race for that one, just because Kansas is usually a high line preferred track, and so passing is going to be at a premium. I think there's going to be a lot of track position that wants to be held, so I'll want to kind of wait and see how that one unfolds over there. So that being said, until tomorrow night, I hope you all have a wonderful evening. So remember, if you can at all possible, please try to stay home, stay safe, wash your hands, and